Hey guys, we are back again with a new topic on this lecture series. So basically, today we will learn about the interview preparations, how you can prepare for the blockchain development interview, and I will tell you what are the questions the interviewer can ask related to blockchain technology and blockchain development. So I will not tell you the most tough questions and all. I'm just explaining you that the blockchain technology is new and the interview will not ask too much questions or too much complex questions. They will just ask you some simple questions or some basic fundamental questions related to blockchain development, blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and etc. So basically, today we will learn about there are some fundamental questions you should focus or you should learn before going to any interview or something. So it's like the class. Today's topic name is interview preparation. So before the interview, actually you should know about some little things like you should know about what is blockchain. I think, in my opinion, you should not give any, I think, big definition and all. You should just focus on the creative answers. You just, in my opinion, basically it's a new technology. So if you give some creative answer or something, maybe interview can give you job. So it's like you don't have to give a very boring answer, very boring definition. You can try a different approach or a different method or different definition of a blockchain. I think, in my opinion. So you should know what is blockchain before going to an interview of a blockchain developer. Now the next question is like you should know what crypto is. So interviewer may will ask you what is cryptocurrency, uh, how cryptocurrency and blockchain different, what is difference between the cryptocurrency and blockchain. So basically you will answer that the cryptocurrency is the fuel of the blockchain and blockchain is just a database. I think it's a decentralized database, and cryptocurrency is like the fuel for running the database. I gave you these answers in my previous classes. If you want to know, you can go. So cryptocurrency is like basic simple currencies or digital currencies are based on blockchain. It's like it's like coded with the cryptography and all. And now the next thing is like what is Bitcoin? You should know about Bitcoin. This is the first question interviewer can ask. In my interview, they ask about what is Bitcoin. So instead of giving some simple definition which is already on the internet, I think everyone should get some different answers. So my answer was, in my first blockchain developing job, my answer was like Bitcoin is a fuel for running the Bitcoin blockchain. Uh, I already told you it's a fuel. Cryptocurrency is the fuel for running the blockchain technology. So I answered that. I answered that Bitcoin is a fuel for running the blockchain. It is a digital currency, but it is wrapped in a cryptographic manners. It is wrapped in a cryptographic manners. It is written in code. The code, which is a very simple code, and it is written in codes. Uh, it is anonymous, and also you can give some answers very creatively. I think, in my opinion, because most of the interviewer are thinking that there are lots of definitions are on the internet about, but if you can give some simple and creative answers, I think uh, the interview will impress, I think, in my opinion. Now next thing is Ethereum. What is Ethereum? So most of the interviewer asked the what is Ethereum, and the most of the persons get the answer like it is a blockchain and it is a cryptocurrency and all. But I think Ethereum, you should answer Ethereum in a very different manner, I think, because uh, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency and Ethereum was the second cryptocurrency, I think. And it's not just a cryptocurrency or it's not just a blockchain. It is like a different world. It is like the initiation of Web3 technology. It is like the initiation of smart contracts. It is like the initiation of blockchain, I think. Till Bitcoin, blockchain was not too much popular. But after Ethereum, smart contracts, blockchain technology are popular than I think more Bitcoin. It is popular than Bitcoin. Yeah, because in this era, I think Ethereum is like more popular than Bitcoin in my opinion because its technology is far better, far reliable, and far I think better. I think far good. I can't say any very pleasant word because it is the best technology ever see in this I think 21st century because Ethereum changes the cryptocurrency world. Ethereum changes the blockchain world. It's changed. It's differently. It's I think it's entirely changed that blockchain technology, blockchain development industry, industry. I think so. Bitcoin is far I think older than Ethereum, and Ethereum is far better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin was just a cryptocurrency, but Ethereum is more than cryptocurrency. It is one of the best technology in this 21st century, in my opinion. So you can search on the internet. You can give some different answers, but I think you should prepare some different answers because interview can uh, I mean, in the interviewer are pretending that if the student gives some different answers, they can hire or something. So forget about these things. So before going to an interview, these three or four questions you should know about, and there are some other questions like I mean, like smart contracts, Web3 technology, Hyperledger, Truffle, Ganache, Remix, EVM, Hardhat, NFT. I told you about what is smart contract. It's like I think, a pre-written contract which is in code. The most of the smart contracts are written in Solidity, uh, and the smart contracts are popularized by Ethereum. After Ethereum, it is popular. You can watch my previous videos about smart contracts and all. And then after Web3 technology, Web3 is like we are using Web2 technology now, like normal websites, Facebook, Twitter, and all these are Web2 technology. These technologies stored our data in a centralized database, and Web3 technology is like decentralized database system, like Bitcoin, blockchain, and all. These are Web3 technologies, smart contracts, and all. And now Hyperledger, and open source projects where you can make your own blockchain, on cryptocurrency, on an application based on blockchain. So it's like a framework for blockchain based application or blockchain based projects. Framework for blockchain based projects. Yeah, it's a framework. I think interview will ask you this question: what is Hyperledger? This is the most most preferred questions for an interview. What is Hyperledger? What is Hyperledger Fabric? You should watch some videos related to Hyperledger or how we can use Hyperledger. You can go to the Hyperledger website and all. So before going to interview, you should visit Hyperledger website because it's not a simple website. There are lots of things are on Hyperledger website. I mean, the open source blockchain technology. This is a framework. I answered in my previous classes like what is Hyperledger. So I told you that this is a simple framework. Uh, Not a simple framework. I mean, this is an open source framework developed by Linux Foundations, and where you can make your own blockchain based projects it is not a blockchain. Most of the people answered that it is a blockchain and all, but it's not a blockchain. It is an open source project, open source framework for making blockchain based project. It is a open source uh, framework where you can make blockchain based projects like blockchain and private chain, public chain, cryptocurrencies, explorer, and different types of projects based on the blockchain. I mean, you can search here and all. It is very interesting thing. You should learn about Hyperledger before going to an interview, in my opinion. Now, yeah, Truffle is a framework, as you already know, uh, uh, for developing Solidity or smart contracts. We used Truffle. Truffle is a simple framework, I think, and this is a very popular framework in smart contract development. Ganesh is a simple test blockchain. Before implementing any smart contracts on the main net, on the main blockchain, we use Ganesh as a, uh, I think, simple blockchain. I think test blockchain for implementing some test smart contracts. Yeah, and Remix. It's a IDE. It's a online IDE for developing uh, smart contracts. Solidity. It's a simple IDE, but it's an online IDE. It's a Remix Ethereum IDE where you can write some smart contracts. It's a very simple, very test purpose. In my opinion, test purpose IDE. We don't use Remix as our mainnet purposes. Yeah. So basically, you can see here that it's a contract, storage contract. Yeah, where you can write different types of contracts, and you can, you can do whatever you want with the smart contracts. So now moving on to the next thing, like yeah, remix. I told you about EVM. So it's a Ethereum virtual machine. EVM is like Ethereum virtual machine. I mean, Ethereum used Ethereum virtual machine EVM for developing smart contracts. It's a very important thing. You should learn about EVM. Interviewer will ask EVM about EVM. Very important. This is what is Hardhat. Hardhat is also like a framework. It's a simpler than Truffle. It's a like same as Truffle, but it's simpler than Truffle. But Hardhat is like it's not too much popular than Truffle, but Truffle is like, Bible for smart contracts development, you can say. Hardhat is like a new technology, it is developing and all. And in the and now NFT. So it's a non-fungible token. I told you about what is non-fungible tokens, why this is popular. So I will make a video on how to create a NFT. There are also some online website where you can create or mint NFT. NFT is like a digital signature for your asset, or for your MP3, or for your, it's like a art. It's like a digital signature for your art. You can create your art into an NFT and you can sell it on the internet. This is very simple things, and there are lots of questions it will ask. NFTs are there, Hyperledger is there. They will ask what is DeFi, what is Dapp, decentralized applications, and there are lots of questions they can ask for you. They can ask to you. How do you explain blockchain technology to someone who doesn't know it? I mean, how do you explain? So blockchain technology, I told you it's a distributed ledger which store transactions detail in the form of immutable records or non-modified records. Consider blockchain is a bank, and there are employees called miners who uploaded our transactions into the blockchain, and they charged Bitcoin as a salary for uploading our transactions on the blockchain database. So it's like a simple thing. the next question is like, what do you mean by blocks in blockchain technology? So, blockchain is a distributed database of immutable records called blocks, which are secured using cryptography. So, there are a previous hash, transactions details, nonce, and target hash value in a block in the block. So, block is like a record of transactions. Each time a block is verified, it gets recorded in chronological order in the main blockchain. So once the data is recorded, it cannot be modified. So it's a like the blockchain is made up lots of blocks connected to cryptography. It's a chain of lots of blocks. Blockchain is a chain of lots of blocks, and blocks consist of data like nonce and hashes and transactions and all. Now, how is blockchain distributed ledger different from a traditional ledger? So there are lots of points like a blockchain distributed ledger is highly transparent and compared to a traditional ledger. Yeah, it's highly transparent. You cannot watch anything in the traditional ledger. Traditional ledger is like a locker or something, but distributed ledger is like this is very transparent and all. Now, blockchain distributed ledgers are irreversible. Information registered on a distributed ledger cannot be modified, or wherein is a traditional ledger, it is reversible. Yeah, a distributed ledger, I think, is more secure. It uses cryptography, and every transaction is hashed and recorded, wherein traditional ledger security can be compromised. And there are lots of things uh, different from the normal user. So now, what is cryptography? Uh, what is role in blockchain? Blockchain uses cryptography to secure users' identities and ensure transactions are done safely with a hash function. So cryptography uses public and private key in order to encrypt and decrypt data in the blockchain network. A public key can be shared with the Bitcoin user, but a private key, just like password, is kept secret with the users. So blockchain uses SHA-256, which is secure and provides a unique hash output for every input. The basic feature of the algorithm is whatever input you pass, it will give you a standard alphanumeric output for 64 characters. So it is a one-way function from which you can derive an encrypted value from the input, but not vice versa. So what are the different types of blockchain? So there are three different types of blockchain, like public, private, and consortium, or you can say hybrid. So public ledgers are visible to all the users on the internet, and any user can verify and add a block of transactions to the blockchain. So like it's example like Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's like public blockchain. Anyone can see the transactions, where the transaction happening, and different things. So it's like public blockchain. Now next thing is like private blockchains. So, ledgers are visible to users on the internet, but only a specific users in the organization can verify and add transactions. It is a permissions blockchain, although the information is available publicly. I mean, now next thing is the consortium blockchain. The consensus process is controlled by only specific nodes. However, ledgers are visible to all participants in the consortium blockchain. What is Genesis block? Genesis block is like is the first block in the blockchain, which is also known as zero block. I mean, in blockchain, it is the only block that doesn't refer to its previous blocks, because obviously this is the first block, so there is no previous blocks here. It defines the parameter of the blockchain, such as level of difficulty, consensus mechanism, etc. What is smart contracts? List some of it applications. So smart contracts are self-executing contracts which contains the terms and condition of an agreement between the peers. So some of the applications are like transportations, I mean protecting copyright content, insurance, employment contract, and I mean transactions contract, registry contract, proxy contract, management contract, and NFT contract, ERC20 contract, ERC721 contract. There are lots of contracts. There are multiple applications of smart contracts are there in the market. Prepare you should prepare this question before going to the interview, because interviewer will ask these questions, smart contracts and all. They will jump on you with the smart contracts and Ethereum and all. Let's down some of the extensively used cryptography algorithm. I mean, there are some few popular algorithm like SHA-256, RSA called is reverse Samir Adleman, like triple days, it has blow face. These are some popular cryptographic algorithm. You should prepare for this. Next question is, what is the Ethereum network and how many Ethereum networks are you familiar with? I told you about these questions. Like Ethereum is a blockchain-based distributed computing platform featuring smart contracts functionality that enables users to create and deploy their decentralized applications. Now, there are three types of network in Ethereum, like live network, main network, are deployed on the main network. So smart contracts are deployed on the main network. Next thing is next test network like Robston, Cowan, Rinkibai. There are other test network are also like I'm showing you test network like on the MetaMask. You can see here this is Ethereum mainnet, this is Robston, this is Cowan, this is Rinkibai, this is Gorilli. These are some test network, and this is the main network. Ethereum mainnet is the main network. This is the main blockchain, and these are some test network. Name some leading open source platform for developing blockchain applications. Some leading open source platform for developing blockchain applications are like, I mean, Ethereum is like, Hyperledger is like. These are some blockchain leading open source platforms are where you can develop your blockchain application. What is the very first thing you must specify in a Solidity file? In Solidity file, the first thing we should write like pragma. Pragma is the first thing in Solidity file. Uh, Pragma, Solidity, version. Then we have to write version. First, we have to write pragma, Solidity, version, and then contract and all. Now, where do nodes run a smart contract code? I mean, nodes run smart contracts code on Ethereum virtual machine. It is a private machine designed to operate as a runtime environment. So for Ethereum-based smart contracts, so EVM is operated in a sandboxed environment, isolated from the main network. This is the perfect testing environment. You can download the EVM, run your smart contract locally in isolated manner, and once you've tested and verified it, you can deploy it on the main network. Yeah. So now, what is a Dapp and how is it different from a normal application? So a Dapp is a decentralized application which is deploying using smart contracts. A Dapp has its backend code, smart contracts, which runs on a decentralized peer-to-peer network, like consists of process, front-end, smart contract, blockchain. Normal application is like normal application has a backend code which runs on centralized server, but Dapp has some backend code is written in smart contracts run on decentralized network. Now, what is the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum? There are some other definitions like I mean, Bitcoin is like P2P, Ethereum is like P2P currency and smart contracts also. I mean, consensus mechanism is like proof of work. Bitcoin is working on proof of work. Ethereum is working on proof of stake. It was working on proof of work, but it is now transferring into the proof of stake. I mean, hashing algorithm is like they use. I mean, Bitcoin is using SHA-256, but Ethereum is using ET hash. Now time is taken to mine a block is like in Bitcoin it is 10 minutes. In Ethereum it is 12 to 15 seconds. Reward is like 12.5 BTC, and in Ethereum it is like 3 Ethereum. Transaction fee is like optional, and in Ethereum a fee is calculated in gas. Value is like one Bitcoin is like 50 lakhs rupees, but now in Ethereum it is like 3 to 4 lakhs approx. So this is between this is difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can find there are lots of difference in on the internet if you want to know. Now name the steps that are involved in the blockchain project implementation. So required identification is like identify the problem and goal, identify the most suitable consensus mechanism, identify the most suitable platform, account for implementation and deployment cost, planning stage, and development and implementation of a project is like designing the architecture, designing the user interface, building the API, and there are lots of things you should maintain before developing any project or implementing any project, blockchain project. Now, what is the nonce and how it is used in mining? So, like, I mean, nonce is like a process to validate transaction by solving a difficult mathematical puzzle called proof of work. Now, proof of work is the process to determine a number along with a cryptographic hash algorithm to produce a hash value lower than a predefined target. Now, explain a real life use cases where blockchain is being used. You real life use cases is like in supply chain management, smart contracts provide permanent transparency and validation of transactions shared by multiple supply chain partners. And it's like check out our. There are lots of things you can think about use cases like supply chain, voting, election voting, where in election voting where people can vote for any candidate from their home. There are some other questions like what is the fork? Fork is like in a simple term you can say updating a cryptocurrency protocol or code is called forking. Fork implies that blockchain splits into two branches. It can happen when the participants of the network cannot come to an agreement with regards to consensus algorithm and new rules to validate transactions. There are three types of forking like hard forks, soft forks, accidental forks. Yeah. Now, next thing is like differentiate between proof of work versus proof of stake. So, in proof of work, I mean, the proof of work is the process of solving a complex mathematical puzzle calling mining. Probability of mining a block is based upon the amount of computational power work done by a miner. Miners spend a lot of computing power with hardware for solving the cryptographic puzzle. Now, in proof of stake, uh, it is an alternative to proof of work, in which the blockchain aims to achieve distributed consensus. The probability of validating a block relies upon the number of tokens you own. The more token you have, the more chances you get to validate a block. So it was created as a solution to minimize the use of expensive resources spent in missing. But it is not in my opinion, it's not an alternative because mining you can start mining by some simple computers and all, but you can't start validating before you need and 14 ethereum before 21 or 14 ethereum before starting validation and all. Now the next question is like what is 51% attack? So this is most important question in blockchain. This is the this is the base amount of any blockchain security. So a 51% attack refers to a vulnerability where an individual or group of people controls the majority of the mining power hash rate. This allows attackers to prevent new transactions from being confirmed. Further, they can double spend the coins. In a 51% attack, smaller cryptocurrencies are being attacked. Like it's a security reason behind any cryptocurrency and all. So guys, these are some questions I showed you how you can prepare, how you can answer in the interview. So thank you so much guys. These are some questions you can prepare.